Hello from Kentucky. I'm Josh.
And I'm Courtney. And once in a while, in an ordinary life, love gives you a fairy tale, and ours is my favorite.
She's been friends with my sister for about 16 years, and she'd come over to the house and she would call me her boyfriend, making fun of me, and I'd get all red and stuff.
So
And,
bashful and shy.
and over the years, we'd see each other through birthday parties and the birth of my nephew. Then I went off to the Army, and I came back home, and her and my sister were at Applebee's, and she said, call my boyfriend, call my boyfriend. So I came, and when I got out of the car,
I was like, oh my gosh, my boyfriend is not this young little boy with acne all over his face and braces and curly hair sitting here playing video games. He stepped out of the car and he was this 6'4" and dark hair, and I called him my tall, dark, and handsome. And I was like, oh wow, he's changed. He's not the same little boy anymore. But I was like, hey boyfriend, what are you doing?
then she tried to make out with me that night. My sister wasn't having it. So then we started our little family. Not your traditional way of doing things, get married, then have kids. No, we both had a kid when we got together, and then we had a third kid together, and that was June 16th, June 6th, 2 years ago. And then I proposed to her at Myrtle Beach, and here we are now.
And so our family, how they dwindle into this story. So when we seen this for this Mountainside wedding giveaway, it really kind of hit home for us because we came from a family of military background. My mom was a Marine. My dad was a Marine. My stepdad of 22 years, he was in the Army. Josh was in the Army. I had dad and granddad in the Air Force. Josh's granddad, wasn't he in the Army as well? So we have aunts, uncles, Marines. Like, we have thick background of military family, and that's what brought our family from where they were living to Kentucky, because they, as soon as they got out of the military, they ended up in Kentucky, and that's how I was born in Kentucky, and that's how we live here. And then his family's from Kentucky. So it was a kind of neat thing that they give back to families from the military or active duty, and it just is something really nice that they are doing with this. So having a family background of military and him being in the Army, it really sets home. And also another thing is it's in Montana, and my mom was born and raised in Montana, graduated from Belt High School. My stepdad grew up in Montana, graduated from CMR. So he played football, was a wrestler. And so, like, I'm getting cold chills. I'm about to cry right now because I'm such a sentimental person. And I'm like, how neat is this? Not only is it giving back to military families, but it's home. Like, that's where my roots are. That's where my family was born and raised, is Montana. And all over the state, and I still have extended family that lives there. So I just, it's really neat how it's all tied in together, and so.
I think what would mean the most to me personally to get this wedding is it would actually give her the wedding of her dreams, because her family can be there, all of them. I know there will be some that will be there, not physically, but in spirit. And I just know that she deserves the best wedding she can have.
And he's sweet. He is. He's the sweetest. And also, so what it would mean to me if we won this wedding would be, not only would we be back where, my family's from, but I only have one grandparent living, and it's my grandma. And due to health reasons, she wouldn't be able to travel the 2-day journey to come to Kentucky to be at my wedding. And I would really want her to be there. It's the only grandparent I have living. And, having a wedding in Montana would mean my grandma could be there. She could watch me get married. So it would mean the world if we could win this 2022 wedding. Pick us from Kentucky. Lucky in Kentucky.
Thank you.